So when I brought all these tools over here, what I really wanted to do was just clear out I think it's ragweed, whatever that weed was in front of the box. I just want to clear it out and generally clear out the box because I'm going to be transplanting some of the soil down there. Of course, I ended up doing a larger strip, and then I had some piles of weeds that had just been here waiting for them to decompose so I could put them on that pile. That one was too heavy. That one was chock full of water. And on the top, it was starting to grow again. So I'm like, it's time for it to go. But on the bottom, you can see it's just a mass of decomposed plant matter. And so this tire that was behind that tire moved over here. Now that container that has what I picked up is over there. And that'll be next to get dumped. I'm thinking I want to plant one of the peonies in at least one of the pots, maybe some more. But I'm going to take some wood and make a little bed. I'm going to transplant some of the zinnias that are coming up. I don't know if I'll plant it in this bed or I'll plant it over there. I'm going to take some of the dirt from there. I'll probably just be using that dirt throughout because this box never had sides. And initially we had a box in it, but the box clearly has decomposed. So I'm going to use that soil for other things. I might take another pot. I might use that soil and pot up the other 2 peonies besides the one in other pots. I don't yet know where I want them to go. So, yeah. I kind of don't have to transplant a lot of things over here because a lot of the marigolds self-seeded. So, like that one's coming up. And until they get bigger, I'm not going to transplant a lot more unless they start interfering with things. So, but they're getting pretty big anyway. So, and generally speaking, if I don't have to, if it's a plant that's not bothering me, I'm not going to weed it. Like, sure, all the pollinators love these purple plants. I don't know. I mean, clearly the ants love this other plant, so I'm fine taking those away. But the purple ones, they can stay. They look so pretty. The forecast for when it's supposed to rain has been changing all day. Initially, I think yesterday it was like 2 to something, and this morning it was 5 and 6. Then they were like 7. But this whole time, I've been hearing like thunder rolling, so it might just start falling at any moment, and I'll have to leave. I do also want to highlight, my mother went to the supermarket today, and the local supermarket is selling these giant citronella candles. And I know my mother was thinking of me because I've been staying out here the last couple of days. So it's 7.5 ounces. Granted, the candles are 20 ounces, but I think this might be better. Well, we'll try this out because with the candles and the 3-wick candles, you know, it's a hassle to keep relighting them, and then they don't light evenly, blah, blah, blah. We'll see if this works. This was $6, however, so. And I am using the sticks. I did come out here and put sticks. This one that was essentially new is pretty much gone more than halfway. I do have some Allison that's self-seeded though, so joy for me. All right, I don't know when the camera fell over because I only looked back when I was done. I'm happy with how everything came out. I found another autumn joyceum popping up, so that's great. I made my little bed. I planted the peonies. I spread some of the soil around some plants, select plants, as a type of mulch, as it were. I moved some zinnias. I see some more I can thin out already. I'm going to do that. I went and I don't know what happened. I don't know when it happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know when it happened, but all of my zinnias in the doghouse greenhouse, like almost all of them, burnt up. Pretty much the only one that were left were a couple of the green envy, I think they're called. Bruh, the name is, just envy. These that are green, and the thing has almost bleached yellow. So there's 3 of them in there. I put them in the box. Luckily for me, I have more of the seeds from Dollar Tree, but also there's a lot of them coming up. So it's like, do I even need to spread some seed? She's looking clean. She's looking weeded. She's looking really organized. So I'm going to put more soil around this peony. I put a zinnia there, zinnia. Already they're kind of wilting, so I'm going to come and spread some of the soil from the box. A bunch of zinnias here that I could thin out some more. Some in the back that I could thin out some more. A good amount that I could thin out. I might move some to the box over there. I kind of just want to leave that for the envy though, so maybe I'll just do that for now. I'm going to water. Everyone's looking real great. And so I moved the peonies. I potted up the arborvitae yesterday, and I potted up the peonies. Now, hopefully they don't do too much from shock. They need a lot of water because the soil I put in the bottom was not as wet as the soil they were in. I'm going to water this box. Essentially, it's 2 cut pieces of, what do you call this? Landscape lumber, whatever. On the side is whatever I could find, which includes some of the wood of the, what do you call this? The Bradford pear I cut down. And still another cutting down because the stump is regrowing. There's the mound. There's another mound. That's the mound that was there. So things are generally looking a lot neater. Looks a lot less raggedy. I put some soil around the Montauk daisy. Oh my God, I love her. You need a watering too, ma'am. I guess I'll just do that since I'm already here. Okay. Gorgeous. I put some soil around the elephant ear. I'm not sure what type this is, but that leaf is bigger than the first one, which means the leaf's going to get real big. It's going to be one of those ones that, small leaf, big leaf, big leaf, big leaf. Here's the autumn joyceum. There should have been 4, but I only found this one and the one that's been growing. So a bunch of zinnias. Separate that one out. Some marigolds. I'll try and move some around probably. A lot of marigolds all over the place. So that's what I'm going to do now. Yeah. It's looking real cute. So though it's not blooming right now, I could probably move this over, right? So that we're not just cluttering on the one. Ma'am, where are we? Okay, this is big here. Okay, I guess not right now. Oh, or can I? Ma'am, undo yourself. Undo. Oh, okay, this is where the leaf is. Hold on. All right, I got that one there. Where are you wrapped around? Oh my God. It's crazy about some folks. I got her unraveled all the way to the base, and as soon as I went to wrap, then she's like, snap. And I said, let me do the next note, and she's like, snap. That's fine. You know what? It's not fine. It's not fine. But I can't do anything about it now. Just gonna hope that she decides to grow from where she snapped, because it's right above a node. Ugh! I did step on a bunch of zinnias. Damn. All right, let me go water these hoes. I was going to try and put it in the line somewhere, but I think pretty much everywhere I have marked for something. So these are the snapdragons that should have been very tall by now and are not. So I'm going to leave it out. Yeah. The snapdragons, the petunias that are growing super small, probably because I crowded them out, whatever. They could have fought for their lives right now, but they didn't. The corn and the beans. And two of the beans are coming up right now, and I'm going to transplant them because if it rains, which will be great. So I don't know how. Ooh. Is there a root here? Did I break the root? Is that the tiny? I don't know. Okay. I think only one is viable. We're going to plant both. I have so many more of the same bean seeds, and there's a third one coming up. So we're just going to plant these and see. I got a metal, maybe some type of corrugated metal type thing at the dump. There's a lot of treasures to be found at the dump. People are getting rid of things. It's like I can use it. That's where I got my glass for the greenhouse. Anyway, I also found this. I don't yet know if this is going to be something I'm going to decide to use as a trellis. I'm going to put this in the back, however. Yeah. So yeah, they're in there now. Yeah. I don't know if it's that I opened the plastic off too late. I don't know if it's that they needed to be transplanted sooner. But this first round of seed growing in the doghouse greenhouse, half a bust. The zinnias, that should have been the easiest thing to do. I'm not sure why they died suddenly because it's been open for the last week at least, if not longer than that. But the corn is coming up real nice. I wouldn't call that 4 inches yet, and they said to transplant them, to thin them out when they're 4 inches. So they're not yet ready to transplant, but they're getting there. That's the other pair of zinnias. I guess I could see what's viable there and put it in the same box. And those are some petunias, supposedly. So maybe I can just plop some area. I don't know. Looks like maybe only on this side there's some viable ones. These are the giant cactus. Wow. All right. These are all the cells, the soil from the cells. It's not going to go to waste because with compost, nothing goes to waste. So all the other cells that have nothing on them, actually, I think I'll leave those. These had things that came up in them, so I won't reuse this, but I will put these in the compost. The other ones I use for the green giant, I put them in the greenhouse. Could get them. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. I've been saying that I ate my words with the coleus because last year I was like, oh, I'm not growing so many coleus. I'm not growing coleus this year because it was very prolific and it's a lot and I didn't have where to put them, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm like, if I had some coleus, I would have just popped them everywhere and it would have been instant color. And the front bed looks empty, la, la, la. So now we're just going to have to stretch these zinnias real far until I either get my hands on some seed or some discount plants, or I go to a nursery that has them for a really good price. They paid. All right, I have another packet, and I think I have probably 4 more packets of these anyway. And if they grow this year, there'll be more for next year. I'm just gonna put this packet next to the beans that I planted in, and if others pop in, I'll pop them in there too, or somewhere else. I guess there were only 12 in here. 12? Yeah, 12 or 14. I don't know. I was able to put 2 more in that row and make 3, 3, 3, and then 1 more. So 4, 4, 4. Plus 3 is 15. Okay, so I'm going to water these first. I'm going to bring this over and I'm going to dump out the Gorilla cart and then continue watering. These are the Cherokee wax yellow beans. So I did put the stakes to mark generally where the rows are. Approximation. And so we'll see if things pop up or not, or if it'll just be those 2. Realistically, that 1. But we'll see. That's a lot of beans. Otherwise, that's fine either way. Maybe I'll move this over there. Yeah, I think I'll slide it down. I forget where I put I think I put the 5th one in this row. So we'll see. We will see. This is a learning curve for me. I don't usually grow edibles, so don't grow beans in a small pot. unless you're really. I mean, I could have. I guess Wasn't gentle enough with the first one. Yeah, zinnias don't need to be grown in pots. My best zinnias have been self-seeded, not the ones I bought from store. Actually, I don't think I bought from store. My sister bought from store, and I gave her one that was self-seeded, and the one that self-seeded grew so much better. So, what else? Petunias, start them earlier, and also just try and self-seed them because last year that was the case too. I tried to grow them in pots, didn't really do well. I just threw them out in the ground. They did a lot better. What else? Snapdragons, don't bother. Buy them from the store. Buy them from the nursery. Like, yeah. There's a lot of volunteer plants around here. I'm just going to thin them out and get rid of them. Oh, girl. Over here. Okay. It's kind of growing close to the... You know, I'll let it grow for itself. How cute, though. Yeah, good thing I didn't just come with the hoe, because I probably would have messed up a lot of things over here. Maybe not so many of them, but... Oh. Okay. I also imagine a lot of these will get shaded out later on. So, but why compete when you don't have to? Anyway. Just looking so much neater now and like organized. And I like where my thoughts are at. There's a lot of empty pots. I don't have anything to replace them with yet. Like otherwise I would just dump the soil and put the pots away. But pretty much everything's been weeded up, you know. Hold on. Yeah. So I think the zinnias that I planted in, good that I didn't throw everything out that looked like it was still alive. Because it looked like they perked up a little just from the water. So now to remember that these are here and they're not weeds. I'm going to see if I can get some sticks to sandwich them in between or lay them out in between so I know that, oh, these are something. I don't think I soaked this well enough down. I probably need to soak these some more, actually. She's just looking gorgeous, and I'm really happy that she's in the pot because I don't know where to put her. I don't know what to do with her yet. Yeah. It's looking gorgeous. This hibiscus is looking gorgeous. I need you to put a couple more inches of height, friend, first. But maybe you just need, to photosynthesize first before. So let me let you do your thing. But I think you're supposed to get kind of tall, friend. So you do that. I wish some of these weeds, I was like, oh my gosh, so weedy, take it out. But some of them I'm like, it's whatever. Those in the back, they can go. They can go. Everything else is kind of pretty, the toad flax, you could stay. The violets, the wild violets, you can stay. I don't really care so much. So it's really just that one. Sorry, not sorry. What the heck? When did that fall? Where is this from? Oh God. I don't know if my mother knocked that or if it was just on the ground. And I mean, that's probably one that I knocked down. There's like a cloud of haze over here. Of sand. You can't really see on the camera. Anyway, let it bake and go back to the earth where it should. Okay, sweet potato, you water her. There she goes. A little bit of exposed dirt. I just want the leaf clear up. And put something else on. So she can photosynthesize better. Yeah. I know the weather is unknowable, but the weather people say lying to me. What rain? What are you talking about? It's funny because yesterday I was with my sisters and one thing is when it's supposed to rain, and I thought, in my mind, I thought it was like the next day. My sister goes Sunday, and then I went and I checked after the fact. I'm just like, I wonder why she didn't say. Look at this. I don't know what weather app she's using, but apparently it's more reliable than Google Good Weather. Oh no! I find myself very much babying this, and I need this to hurry up and start vining like crazy. I will overwinter this. Watch me. Oh my gosh. Earlier this morning, I came out. I think it was before noon. Maybe it wasn't. I came out and the little round area. Oh my God. The daylilies they bloomed today and they look gorgeous. The yarrow looks gorgeous next to it. Oh my gosh. I should have gone in and sprayed before continuing on. I didn't do that, and now I'm paying for it. I also want to not baby these plants, so over here there's not much for me to do. I'll water the vegetables and the clematis, and obviously the mandevilla, but everything else, fight for your life. I'm not really sure why this clematis is not doing as well as the one on the front. Maybe it's not getting as much light. That would make sense, but also not, because this is also south facing, so I don't know what's going on over here. Maybe it's a younger part of the plant because it was like an offshoot, so that might explain it. I don't know. Oh, Mr. Wasp. No. Oh my God. I really got to look out for where they're trying to make nests in the wood and be like, not today. Not today, friend. She looks so pretty. I'm very happy that it's yellow, actually, because, what's the word? Because it really contrasts really well with the pink. But what to put next to the Artemisia? Like, I have the white dianthus, and I'm kind of thinking about moving it because it's so low. I don't know where exactly I'd move it to, but it's very low, and everything else in that bed is very like, ooh, height. So I don't know what I might put next to the Artemisia, but the bed looks kind of empty. This holly has a bunch of new growth on the inside. I love that for her. Grow thick. I'm glad that you've adjusted to your new space. The other two, that used to be one, not so much really, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm not sure. Those might have been the one that were a TLC plant and didn't get the TLC that they needed. And maybe I came to it too late. Also, I split it, so there's that. I did have this one limb pulled over, and I took it off. I put this back on. I'm not super pressed about putting it over. I don't want to break it, but also there's limbs growing both ways, so it's like kind of pointless for me to be like, oh my gosh, you've got to spread out, and it's like I'm still gonna grow towards the other one, and vice versa. So, but she's so pretty. She's so pretty here. I love her. I came this morning, and okay, I do really like it's growing on me rather, the Dusty Miller here. You know, which is not a surprise. I like Dusty Miller. Uh, oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. This lilac, excuse me, this lavender. Still don't know what her issue is. I'm always trying to take up any grass that might be impeding her growth. I see one here. See if I can get closer. As far as I can get to the root. Okay. Anyway, so she's there. All the other ones are flowering. I mean, almost all the other. I'm not sure why this one is so deep purple, and this one is not. That's okay. That's okay. The ones on the end essentially are the ones that are not doing the best, and that's okay. I'll figure it out. We'll workshop. This is an ongoing learning process. I'm not giving up on her because these 6 in a row are perfection. So, yeah. The yarrow is also looking super nice. This one looks like yellow yarrow. This one, I don't know if it's that it's pink first and then fades or vice versa, but this one looks like a light blush pink, which is great. I wanted a mix of colors, so I got 3. Shasta Daisy's looking great. I'm not sure why it's opening in the middle like that so much. Just probably use some soil around it. It's like a compost mulch. I need to mulch. Excuse me, I need to weed that whole area with the hoe. Blah, blah, blah. This sedum over here is looking nice. I would love if she got tall. I don't think she's supposed to get tall, but I would love if she did. So these pinks look deeper every day. Oh my gosh, it's lovely. Mind you, I think this is the blush pink, so in my mind it should be like a lighter pink, but I don't mind. And I can see the deep, rich dianthus from a distance. And like, it's varying colors. It's just gorgeous. Essentially, everything's doing really well. The defilinium, not the defilinium, the hydrangea over here is like leaning, and I don't know why. I was looking for something. You know, it's leaning in a way that if this were to like root, I would just chop it off and then make a new plant, which I guess is fine. Hello. I gotta come and weed over here. Maybe this just needs a new thing of mulch regardless. That would also make sense. Anyway, anywho. She's like, on this limb, is like, I want to touch the ground. And I'm like, no, don't touch the ground. But you know what? I'm going to let her do what she wants to do. And we'll figure it out after the fact. So it looks like it was chopped or maybe munched in the middle. The delphinium, I don't know what happened over here because I don't even know where the rest of it is. So I'm going to go with something ate it. I think pretty much everything here. Oh, no, I don't recognize some of these. I don't know what this is. I don't recognize this. Actually, that might have been it. I don't think it is. I'm going to go with my gut. I don't think it is. We're not going to chance it. This could be, so I don't... Yeah, I think everything else, this is not it. There's some ants over here, but my plant demands attention, so... I think everything else here is primrose, so... Yeah. Ooh! Girl, that's all I wanted you to do. Oh my god, look how it's opened! Wow. Wow. These squirrels make so much noise, it freaks me out. I just wanted these leaves to grow, and they're growing. Because when I got her, the leaves were super thick. And we're getting there, and I'm really happy with that. Yeah. And finally, we have these carnations that are really popping to it. Oh my god. It's such a vibrant red, too. It's not gonna be done justice on screen, but it's so vibrant. And I was like, oh my gosh, why is there red over here compared to everything else? But it really works, actually. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.